Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody, no coach on planet Earth, Jupiter and Uranus spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. 2 to 3 times per week, I get together with all of my clients, either via Zoom or a phone call. And I have 2 packages to choose from. The standard one, which is what I just described, 2 to 3 times per week, or the deluxe one, in which case 3 sessions a week are mandatory. And in between the sessions, you also have access to me via emails, text messages, and audios if need be. This is the most hand-holding I can possibly offer. This is for somebody who's going through a lot right now, who really needs a lot to process, okay? Very thorough in my coaching. I start with your history in order to understand who's coming into my coaching. I want to know all about you, your formative years, your childhood, all the incidents that have essentially formed you, all the way up until today. We process a lot of trauma panorama, as I call it, on my channel. And then and only then I embark on this journey with you of the processes of how to redesign your life and the manifestation. So I'm a real believer in redesigning your belief system first and then embarking on to the manifestation journey. It doesn't happen any other way. If you have any questions prior to booking, you can email me, or you can just book an hour and then I can apply that hour towards your monthly. But I do recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me in order to, on average, that's what I find is enough. Sometimes it's more, sometimes 2 months is more than enough. And it depends on, the person and the situation at hand. However, 2 to 3 months on average is what I find is necessary to cover my coaching program without feeling rushed through it. And I find that, the person, just feels more stable if I spend with them that amount versus just, like I said, going through it super quickly. And again, everybody's individual. So in your case, it might be longer. It may be, some people have stayed with me as long as a year. Okay, so no judgments there. Everybody's story is different. Everybody's on their own journey. So please don't forget that I no longer create deeply educational audios from my channel anymore as of a month and a half ago. And I made it into a subscription. Reason why? Because it has now become this educational entry-level coaching of monthly audios. It's on my website as well. And you can sign up for that to receive an audio from me every other day. Okay, so 15 audios total. They're covering all sorts of topics from manipulating energy, SPs, energy work, magic spells, money, how to reconstruct your beliefs, etc. It has a lot of information. This is why it's entry-level coaching, and a lot of information that I share in my one-on-one coaching. Now, the only caveat, obviously, is that you do not get me one-on-one. Okay, so it's just an audio form. And the price right now is extremely low. It's $450. I will be increasing it again. I already increased it from $350 to $450. So in order to lock it in for a year, you need to book it when it's at $450. Okay, what else can I say? And as well as I will be increasing my prices for the coaching. So for those of you who right now are listening and have been thinking about booking coaching with me, I would do it right away, because I will be increasing my prices in the upcoming month or two. Okay, I've definitely discounted myself for a while on YouTube, but I want to start, kind of bringing it up to the level that I'm used to outside YouTube, which is when I was coaching for 7 years before coming on YouTube. Okay, so I want to address something first, and then I'm going to answer a question from the mailbox. And the reason is very simple, because it's inevitable. I got dragged into this situation with this copycat, and now I'm becoming part of this unpleasant conversation. And I thought that this would not be necessary, but I ultimately, please understand that I need to put it out there because I need to set the record straight, make sure that no lies get projected out on her side, etc., etc. So it's purely out of setting the record straight and making sure that people aren't confused, because it's very easy to start being confused when a person continues to lie. Okay, so again, most recently, today, I wasn't even going to record about this, but somebody sends me a video. Again, it's the copycat. Now she's talking about me on her channel without ever mentioning my name, but I guess people are finding out about the situation and they're talking to her about it. And she did not address it. She simply said that she's aware that somebody's talking, desperately trying to get her attention. Those are her words. The ego on this is just obscene. Parenthesis here. I'm not fucking trying to get your attention. I'm trying to get attention of the people so that they know the story, so that they don't end up as your clients. Because the catastrophic, consequences of ending up in the coaching of a coach like this would be astronomical. Okay, so please, it's not about you. I'm just warning people so that they understand who you really are, not what you portray yourself to be. She continues reciting verbatim my coaching program. I mean, word for word, you can go see. And at this point, I've just posted on my channel, like in the posts, proof, and I'm going to start posting this because I really want people to know that I am not lying. I have no reason to. I don't derive any pleasure talking about it. Watching the video of hers gives me a really weird vibe. Like, really, I need to take a shower after it. It's slimy, it's disgusting. I cannot look at her. She's disturbed, and so, but I need to protect myself. And when being called a liar, that this is not true, that none of this is true, when in fact it is, I will continue posting proof. And right now you have the proof right on my channel, where it clearly shows that the YouTube has taken down 6 videos due to copyright infringement. This is why we're going to court. Okay, so this is indisputable. I just took a screenshot and posted it. Also, she has recently disputed a bank charge that was for my coaching, stating to the bank falsely that she did not receive coaching from me. Okay, I can't even talk. My tongue is like twisted, okay? Also a lie. So now she's literally taking money back. I guess she must not be doing very well financially. Okay, why on earth she's all of a sudden realized 2 months later, or whatever it is now, 3 months later, that she didn't receive that service? Kind of like really strange to me. Also kind of like a fraudulent statement. So I posted the coaching agreement that she signed to remind her of the lies, the continual lies. And I'll be posting more. I didn't want to do this, but at this point, I feel like I have to. So when being kind of like indirectly called a liar, I will not stand for this. Like, there are comments where it's like, why don't you sue this person for slander? Somebody commented on her channel. Yeah, why don't you? Because it's not slander. You can't. You can't even answer questions, Traci, because you have nothing to say other than lies. Because if you open your mouth and you start lying again, that indeed will be slander. I am not slandering anyone. I'm warning people about who you are. That is not slander if it's true. And it's backed up by all the evidence in the world. that I have, and you're very well aware of it. So talking about somebody in public, and God knows what you're doing behind my back, okay, to all your clients, to all your subscribers, your newsletters, and this and that. Don't forget that a lot of your past clients are my clients now. So this whole situation about me being a liar and not telling the truth is going to be finished like in 3 seconds. So I know you're spying on my channel. I know you're going to listen to it like the obsessive freak that you are. Okay, just like all the work that you're posting on your channel is a derivative of my work. Inevitably so. You don't have anything of your own to offer. Now, I gave you a chance after chance after chance to do nice by me, okay? To disappear into the abyss. Stop copying me. Stop provoking this fucking commotion. Do you have anything better to do with your life other than doing that? I don't think so. But everything on your channel is a derivative of my work in one shape or another. And it's fucking obvious. And you know, the only way that I found out that you were copying me is not because I was like looking at your channel, it's because other people noticed it. Okay, that's how I even became aware of it. So me, I'm not trying to get your fucking attention desperately. You are desperately trying to copy me even after having your videos taken down. Now think how much of a freak you have to be to do that. Okay, and now you're like taking money from me. Have at it. I guess you needed it. Maybe like, you're really desperate right now. But that just shows how completely crazy you are to everybody. And again, you had the chance to completely dissolve the situation time and time again. You didn't. And you know what? Great. I get to have fun with it. I honestly am having fun with it. How this is going to finish completely in the direction that you're going, it's going to be fabulous. I will enjoy watching this. You know why? Because many times in my life, I've had other people who have been wronged by crazy narcissists, and I myself. And in many cases, I had no proof. In this case, the proof is like so loud and clear. And I don't want to change you. I don't want to make nice with you. I want you to go down the road that you chose because you had many opportunities to literally change the direction of this circumstance and come forward, be truthful, and save yourself from the trouble that you headed towards. You didn't want to do that, and now you're calling me a liar out in public. And again, God knows what else I will find out, okay? Don't forget, people talk. So this is not looking good, and I would advise you to just, if I were you, Traci, take everything down off your channel and go away. Just go do something else. You clearly don't know what you're doing. It's upsetting for a lot of people to watch a coach, somebody who says they're a coach, to do shit like that. It's disturbing a lot of people. You need help. You literally need psychological help to continue portraying and impersonating somebody who's worked hard on her craft for 15 fucking years. And you pop out of your fucking create your future bullshit and tell people you've been coaching for 6 years. No, you haven't. It's been 2 years. Hello, good morning, how are you? So please, let's just not, okay? I'm enjoying this. You think I'm fucking upset? No, I'm not. I'm enjoying this. I will enjoy teaching you a very good lesson how not to steal from anybody else going forward because you clearly don't understand that there are consequences to your actions. And I'm sure that everybody listening had at some point somebody fuck them over, somebody steal from them, this and then the other, and some kind of a narcissist thinking they can get over it. And I'm doing it for them as much as for myself. Okay, I'll be just fucking fine because I'm a never-ending channel of my work. I channel my situation, my material. I'll be just fucking fine. But I'm more doing it also for my subscribers to how to stand up for your shit and also how inevitably karma will do its work. And we're just going to sit back and, eat some popcorn and some healthy snacks and enjoy watching you do this to yourself. But one thing I will not tolerate is you calling me a liar. Okay, I'm not a fucking liar. I don't need to. Okay, I'm an honest person because of whom you're making the money that you're making right now illegally. Now, this is 14 minutes into it, and I hope you will forgive me, but I just needed to say this. A lot of people that are confused about it, I don't want them to be confused. I want them to know the truth. And I really, I felt some type of a way. This person, having been my client in the past, she's not a fucking client. She's a mental patient. Okay. When some coach acts this way, this is not a client anymore. This is like a completely it's an emergency is what it is. This is what I wish somebody did for me. If they could warn me against some kind of a cuckoo person out there who thinks or pretends to help people. Meanwhile, she's got this shed show situation going on in her life, and everything is a lie. But everything is a lie. I don't even know what was true in my coaching anymore. Okay. And the funny part is that every single time I got into a legal situation of any kind, I just knew the outcome before it even began. I honestly, as much as this sucks or whatever, I enjoy this. I enjoy winning anyway. Even all these shit show situations coming against me, I enjoy winning again, and again, because I already know what's going to happen. And in fact, I look at people like these as little children who are like totally oblivious to the consequences of their actions and karma. And I enjoy winning again, and again. And it's so much fun. Let me tell you something. This is how, perhaps the idea behind the manifestation is that you should really look straight in the face, this 3D of yours, and say, oh my God, I can't believe you have to be like this stupid, okay, as to completely show yourself to me in some kind of other way other than what I already know that's going to happen. You clearly you're not with the program. You didn't get the memo. Okay, so anytime somebody acts this way, that's what I would recommend, and that's what I do recommend, because it's just so weird to me in circumstances like these when people act some kind of weird way. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. And I would say, so the question out of the mailbox, 17 minutes into it, I'm sorry, I just had to get this out. Well, I, for one, have nothing to hide. She says she has nothing to hide on her channel. I beg to differ, bigly. I will say everything because I have nothing to hide. You can ask me anything. And by the way, parenthesis here, all of the things that have been written that are nasty on my channel, I mean, they were reported, and it looks like though all of these accounts are linked back to her. So I didn't piss anybody off other than her by telling the truth about her behavior, which is also very cuckoo. So the question from the mailbox, because I have to leave you with something, okay, to look forward to in life other than the victory that I'm going to like completely savor. How to shorten the time of manifestation. So in some cases, like the legal things, like in this case, you can try to shorten it. And most certainly, listen, everything that I'm preparing, everybody's on my side. I can see it. Everybody's been very helpful, very understanding. I mean, I almost like, I'm very taken aback at how helpful people really are, because I know in legal situations, it's very kind of like, time consuming and this and that. But even though everybody's been super duper helpful, it's been an easy process on the side. Okay. So I would say the main objective is not to get triggered. So even though it might be upsetting to look at something, the main event is not to get triggered by 3D, like in a way where it totally like pulls you apart, that it discourages you, that it makes you feel like my dream is impossible, or this person is going to win in this case, and this and any other. You have got to be so concrete in your mind, like I said, that you look at this person who's acting some kind of like in a wacky way and be like, you must be fucking insane, because what you're doing right now is totally crazy. Okay? If it's an SP situation and you get triggered by a third party, okay, you tell yourself, oh my God, this person is so confused. Him and I, or her and I, are meant to be together. I'm so sorry. You got the wrong person. This is this is supposed to be my guy, or this is supposed to be my girl. Okay, you completely turn it around. Okay, and in some cases you might have to do revision, rescripting, this, that, and the other, all of which things that I employ in my coaching. But the certitude behind it that has to be yours, where it's like, you must be fucking confused. Like, what's wrong with you? Haven't you got the memo? And really be surprised that the other person acts in a certain way. So to me, I don't know how to explain this, but I have this, I teach people how to arrive to their gut state, in my coaching. And the gut state is really like this knowing, okay? She even borrowed this word on her coach and on her channel. I'm like, I'm bewildered. I think this is crazy land, okay? It's really funny. The knowing that has to be yours, where you know that desire is basically belonging to you. Right? So when you know your SP belongs to you, that this is your guy, this is your girl, you look at the other party, the third party, as you're like, you must be fucking lost. You must be fucking confused. And this is how I looked at everybody. And, parenthesis here, when I talk about my exes, some of them, there was a period in my life when I was really insecure, but it was because I was deeply unhappy about what I was doing for a living, and that took me a while to understand. But when my first boyfriend, with him, he was completely obsessed with me. My first husband was, oh my fucking God, so obsessed with me. It was much spooky, okay? I have stories that it's like, he was following me, okay? He was spying on me like 24/7. So it could be too much, okay? Some of it. So use your power wisely, okay? Parenthesis here, okay? But when you notice inside your mind that this person literally belongs to you, that they have no interest in anybody else, that even though they, temporarily are maybe with somebody else, or they are, maybe, not reacting right now, not contacting you. If you really deep down know and you reach that knowing that this person is yours, that even though there have been miscommunications or this, that, and the other, even though they hurt your feelings, now I'm not talking about abuse, okay? Also, parenthesis here, I'm talking about misunderstandings, arguments, this and that, maybe even a third party, like I said. But deep down, they adore you. They fucking adore you to the moon and back. Nobody like you. That knowing, comes with a lot of confidence, right? Really secure person knows the outcome before it even begins, okay? And everybody that acts to the contrary is it just looks bizarre to them. And again, not to brag, but I worked on this for years, okay? I made a point of it around 30, 31, where I was I'm going to become the most secure, the most confident person ever. And may I tell you the dividends that it paid off in my personal life, in my, in my coaching, obviously, but in my businesses, other businesses other than coaching, it's been tremendous. I became that person who just knows the outcome. And again, it doesn't mean that you won't feel some type of a way, but you can feel that way and not let it get into you, not let it get into your psyche, not internalizing this, but actually watching things happen and having an entirely different story playing out in your mind. And something weird happens, not weird as in bad, but really good, weird, where you look at something temporarily happening and it doesn't match up with what you have on the inside playing out, and things that that are for sure are yours. And again, this is a muscle to develop, and I've again worked on it really, really hard. Once you decide on something, there's no turning back, okay? You do your energy work, and this is way more potent than any fucking affirmation under the sun, may I tell you. This is something that I teach in my coaching very profoundly. And let me tell you something. If you take my guidance, I'm not even bragging, okay, by the way. you can really start experiencing miracles with energy work, because everything is energy. So you might as well get with the program. Okay. So, but when you know what you're going to have anyway, that it's yours anyway, and that knowing nobody can disturb it, nobody can like convince you otherwise. Like the whole world can come in and say, Anna, this is not happening, or blah blah blah, 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 and I'll be like, no. I know what's happening. First of all, I am what's happening, and I already decided the outcome of this situation. So temporarily you can be feeling some type of way, but at the end of the day, like 5 minutes later, you're like, oh no, please, I know how the story ends. This is my favorite statement. I don't even like the word affirmations anymore, because people like literally use it too much, entirely too much. Statement, declaration, like Kat V said the other day in live. I know how the story ends. And it's even more fun to watch somebody act in a different way, even if it's your SP, okay? When you internally know how the story ends, it's even fun to observe things that are opposite. It really, really is. I like the fucking theatrics, okay? I've been an actress, okay? I love all that shit. I really do. When you know how the story ends, it's a lot of fun to watch all this bullshit and interact with all the shit. And, it's kind of like a game. And at the end of the game, you kind of like, nicely played, but I'm the winner anyway, so whatever. And the story needs to be the only story. Okay, now here's the how you shorten the manifestation. Again, certain variables can be like, the legal case, this and any other, but still you can affect it. Okay, still you can affect it. Still you can like push it forward. Still certain things can start happening quicker and this and any other. And I'm not going to, like give you chapter and verse over here, like what has been already transpiring on this side, because at some point I will, once the story's over. And, in a sense, like, honestly, I have this belief, I told you guys many, many times, I believe everything fucking serves me. And it does. Okay, so at the end of this, I'll have a marvelous story to tell you guys, like how to legally win a court case, how to meditate on it, and this and that. I mean, all these situations, how I've done it in every fucking legal case that I've had. And I've had some really fucking brutal legal situations, okay? This ain't shit. All right, so I'm even fucking enjoying it. I feel like a superstar, actually, like copyright infringement, somebody like copied me. You're making me a superstar, Traci. I'm fucking loving it, man. I don't give a fuck about your bot subscribers that you're celebrating over there, that you have almost 4,000 subscribers. Let me guess, 400 of them are real, and the rest is kind of like somebody, I don't know, gave you fake names or fake accounts from somewhere in India or China or something. Please, I'm a big believer in the quality of work that you do and how to do right by people. That's an entirely different vibe I provide for people, So I'm enjoying this profusely. Okay, to tell you the truth, I do feel like a superstar. I do feel like this work matters more than ever for me, because I realize the kind of vibration I radiate. And that's the other thing that I really wanted to point out. Not for nothing, but this has happened to me before, like I mentioned. And at the time I was really upset, and I couldn't appreciate the value of this experience. Okay, when somebody fucks with you like that, they cannot, like, some people admire you when you're made of light, when you're doing something you love and you're really good at it. And I know I'm really good at this. I fucking know it. You know why I know it? Because I love doing it. I fucking love doing it. I love helping people. I get off on it. I feel it energetically, like with every single session, I'm in it. Okay, this is how I get to channel, because if my heart wasn't in it, I wouldn't be able to fucking channel. Simple like that. Okay, and I know I'm good at it, and certain people have weird reactions. They want to copy you, copy your recipe, this and that, and it doesn't come out the same, and they look like fucking idiots, like this one over here, the copycat. Okay, or some people get to admire and maybe like get inspired. I've had those people in my coaching coaches get inspired, but they develop their own style. They just got inspired by creating their own business in their own way. That's a whole other story that, which is what, basically individuality and personality is. Not for two things that Traci has never heard of. Oh my God. Amongst other things. Anyway. Oh Lord. Yeah, and some people react this way. So what can I do? And I truly get to appreciate it, and I truly listen. I will tell you right now, if you're doing something you love, it's like Jim Rohn said, if you have these illusions that it's never going to rain on your parade, you're naive at best. Be prepared for things like that, but get to enjoy them. Derive the pleasure out of them, derive the lessons out of them, derive information, derive whatever, enjoy it and understand and appreciate the whole situation. And I think being an alchemist is exactly that, transforming any kind of social situation to your advantage anyway. And you know how many things like that I've transformed in my own personal life? But if you right now listening and thinking that your situation is a total shit show, you cannot derive any benefit from it, you're wrong. Even if it's like so bad, you think, Anna, you don't understand. No, I do. I do. If you start examining it differently and you start interpreting it differently, even the shit show situation turns into your favor. It turns into your favor. You will derive more benefit had, in this way versus had that situation never happened. It just goes like that. This is a blessing, absolutely. Why would I wish it away? Why would I change it? This is a blessing, like an enormous blessing. All right. And I think the last thing, right, that goes hand in hand with shortening your manifestation goes like this. Everything I just said, basically, but also have the wisdom of being happy now, here and now. Even in the shit show situation, amidst the chaos, seeming chaos, amidst the whatever is going on, have the wisdom of being in it and enjoying it and making it okay at the very least. Maybe not enjoying it, maybe you can't enjoy it right now, but understanding that this too has a place in creation and that this too shall serve you somehow. This too will teach you something. This too will make you grow. This too will make you understand many things. Maybe not right this moment. You will not capture them. But try to make it like, this is okay. I'm okay. Everything's okay. And, what's funny about that is that once you make what's here and now okay, the what you want, okay, that what you would rather prefer to have happen comes faster. It just does. You can't negate something in creation. You can't wish certain things away and pretend they never happened because some things are really difficult. I mean, like, what am I going to do if somebody's copying me? Like, wish it away, make her disappear? I mean, like, what am I going to do? So I might as well use it to my advantage, okay, and interpret the situation like this absolutely will fucking serve me, okay? And I mean, I think the only thing that was really weird for me, that really upset me, is because I really had a lot of faith in her. I really did. Like, I really bought into this bullshit of her being sincere. That's what really upset me, if you want to know the truth. It breaks my heart, like, when people lie like that. And I really had a lot of faith in her. She could have made a really great coach had she been like mentally okay. Unfortunately, she is not. Like, I mean, I almost feel like sorry for her. It's really hard to be angry at somebody who's clearly mentally not well. I mean, you have to be mentally not well when you act in these catastrophic ways for yourself, and she had the ability to do this honestly, with dignity, not stealing from anybody, but she doesn't know how to do it, and that's really strange and very sad, really, really sad. And that's the reason why I felt really kind of like dirty by talking about it. But you know what? Once you cross over to the line of no return by abusing me and abusing others, by, portraying yourself as being honest when you're really clearly not, and you're denying it, and you're like doubling down on that, that's disturbing. That's disturbing. So I'm not fucking sorry for anything. She should come out and apologize to everybody for lying to their faces about who she really is. Because that's really, that's problematic. That is not okay. But I think, going back to your situation, if you can manage to not be touched by it, to remember where is the home frequency for you, amidst chaos, to know the knowing, okay, to get in touch with the knowing, to the end of the story, where you're going versus the shit show now, and making here right now okay, you get there quicker. You do. And in some situations like these, you have to really separate yourself from other people's bullshit. I'm not responsible for this. She is. And also separate yourself from the versions of people that you do not prefer. If you've wanting to change your SP, if you want to change the circumstances around your relationships with them, chances are you taking on their bullshit. The things that you should not obsess over, you should not be upset about. It's them who behaved poorly, not you. And when you give people back their bullshit, like I talk about on my channel all the time, it becomes like really easy to not carry that load and remain intact inside without being triggered, just observing the theater. And then you have the flexibility to move forward with whatever you need to do. And if you want to recreate them and manage the situation, you get more results that are more, you get the results that are more pleasurable to you. That very person, okay, a different version will come forward, start apologizing to you, start making it up to you. Okay, when you give people back their bullshit, magical shit happens. Okay, provided you want them to. Can't stress this enough. Some people you don't want to ever hear from. You just want to be done with whatever you want to be done. Like, let's just say you're in a divorce or something. I was once that person. I just want to be done. That's it. I just want my divorce. I want the legalities taken care of. I want to be done. But if you're really invested in a situation, if you really want to make progress, you really have to take inventory of what really matters to you, right? And where are you going? What kind of story really would matter to you for it to play here and now? What would turn things around? And of course, there's a lot of processes, there's a lot of exercises that I give in my coaching, and depending on your situation, different things would apply. So it's impossible for me to cover all of them. But if you know where you're going and how, you want things to be, and you have this tenacity and consistency of remembering what's playing in your mind versus what you see right now, you're going to get there in no time. Like in no time. And it doesn't matter what, everybody else says. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. It doesn't matter. You will just say to yourself, I know how the story ends. Anyway, I had fun recording it. I got to go back to listening to my clients' tapes. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your patience, but I also, like I said, I want to inspire people how to deal with these difficult situations, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who has ever dealt with that or will deal with that or is dealing with it now. Thank you so much for listening. All the information from me is below. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.